All right, guys, I'm here with Big Cae, and he is a fitness coach. We're going to discuss fitness and business today, and my website is joresults.com. You need to be on the forefront of this right now, and if you click at joresults.com and you type in your email, you get a free ebook. It's 20 pages. And if you're a single guy, it's perfect for you. Here we are. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I did two podcasts already today. The last podcast that I did was with Jared Lawrence, and he is a successful dating coach in the dating niche, and he has over 100,000 followers. So it was a lot of fun talking to him. And one of the biggest
Wow.
things that I got from him just watching some of his content was how important it is to always invest in yourself and always have mentors because having not only mentors, but the right mentors will only catapult you and bring you to higher levels of success. With you,
Yep.
what got you into the fitness niche and what was your main beginning points?
Well, I mean, fitness has been the main focus priority of my life since I was 14, specifically building muscle. And it only made sense to transition that into more of a business because it's what I was good at, it's what I enjoyed, and it's also what paid.
Yeah.
So I transitioned to it. I was a personal trainer at first. I trained people, I trained girls and stuff. And then I found out about online coaching and I could take it online. And that interested me because I was just sick of driving and showing up to a gym in person. And I love training, but it was just annoying when I could just do it online. So I said, I'm going to take it online. I got a mentor, got a very good mentor for my first year, Brian Mark. And I set everything up and I started posting content. I got a few clients. I didn't blow up the first year though. I didn't do crazy big numbers the first year at all. But I took the time to really learn how the online world really works. And the mentor was great. I mean, he's still a great mentor. It's just it was me just being new to it and not really understanding how sales works, I would say. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my background. And I also want to add in that I started dating quite a bit when I turned 18 or
Okay.
20. So I'm kind of late to that. I only had one girlfriend. My first girlfriend was at 17, and now I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
But it it's 100% the fitness that helped me with dating.
Yeah.
Not really anything else. Of course, like social skills and stuff. But if I didn't have the fitness, I would definitely not have had as many dates as I did. 100%.
Fitness is so powerful, even in dating as a man, and sometimes it can even be in a very subtle manner. For instance, I'll give an example of something that I noticed. Sometimes if I go into bars and I wear cut off shirts, and let's say I've been exercising frequently or a lot, and I get to show my biceps and triceps on a cut off shirt at a bar that allows it, often it gives me some kind of value that it wouldn't give if I never exercised. And I notice this the more that I exercise, I notice certain subtle things occur. Like one girl that approached me, she thought I was the bouncer in the bar, and I wasn't. And it was just, it was a very subtle though, very subtle manner. But I think they also go hand in hand. So I think you can't just have fitness
Yeah.
or and with social skills, if you can combine them, like if you can combine having social skills and also being fit, what that does is that really gives you the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
And and it could be like, yeah, I wear a shirt maybe where I show my biceps and triceps and it's cut off. Or it could even be if I'm having a great time with a girl, we're getting along well, and let's say we're alone in my room and we're just having a fun time, we're hanging out. Maybe the room's just all of a sudden really hot. and maybe I gotta undo my shirt just a little bit because the room just all of a sudden it got real hot and the real warm in the room. And then she might glance at the top of my chest or something like that, and that can be positive too. It can
Yeah.
only work in your benefit. It works if you're dating, and it gives you more energy too. It's all
Oh
around
yeah.
a
Yeah.
positive thing.
It gives you more confidence.
And yeah, I agree. And as far as with Brian Mark, I started watching his content maybe like 2 months ago. I started getting into some of his content, and he makes stuff on Instagram, he makes stuff on YouTube, and I think that it is for the fitness niche, but it could also a lot of his stuff could transfer over into something like the dating niche as well.
Oh yeah.
It's just even something like posting consistently, having content up consistently, if you can do it, and that can make a world of difference. Then, so you got into your fitness trainer, but then you thought, you know what, maybe I'll do this online. And being online is the way to go. We're in the few years ago when the internet wasn't fast. Yeah, you couldn't do it online. You could do it online. People are making millions of dollars doing this in industries in dating and in fitness. So it's definitely the way to go. It's the best thing. And the other
Yeah.
thing that's so great about it that I think is you don't need to have, I mean, you can have a gym if you want, but you don't need a giant office. Because you can have courses. You can have courses. You can teach through video calls. There's all kinds of ways that you can coach, and you can scale it immensely because it can be anywhere in the world you can coach.
Yeah.
So that's why I like it so much. Then with yeah, Brian Mark I think is a great mentor that you got. And then with what you're doing now, what are some things maybe in the past month or so that you've learned or that you might gear towards working on within maybe the past month and into maybe the next few months?
Oh man. Big one, man. Hiring a video filmer,
Yeah.
hiring a filmer, a professional camera. Before then, and this is what I learned from Brian Mark as well. Well, his content taught me this really. But it's like you got to make the videos more interesting with the hook. You
Yeah.
got to have a hook that catches people. You got to have a plan for your content. And you got to move around in each frame. Like you can't be in the same place the entire video unless it's a really short video. But before then, before I actually got a professional videographer, I would just set up a tripod or I'd have my girl film and I just stand in the same place. I'd have no hook. I just go off the dome, talk about whatever, kind of ramble a bit. I mean, I come with a lot of energy and passion. That's why my videos did all right. But it just wasn't the same. It wasn't at the level that you're competing with. And this along with posting more frequently, right? Your content, you should feel like your content is so good and so powerful that you want to post it more than once a day. You're doubling the amount of time you're getting your word out there, and you should want that to happen. So those two little things, just on the content side, is stuff I've started implementing, and so far it's been going well.
Yeah, that's great. I just started experimenting with doing different scenes in one short video, and it looks appealing to the eye
Yep.
because you're like, all right, what's he gonna say next? And then all of a sudden you're in some other place. You're like, whoa, okay, this person's here now. Or you change it a little bit. Maybe you could change like where you're at in that room, even, or
Yeah.
even the idea of bringing like another person in. Or and that's why I like doing the podcast too, because I can make them into shorts. I could do a short where I'm talking, and then it can cut to somebody else that I'm speaking with. So maybe you were talking about the things that you were learning from Brian Mark, and they can cut back to me, and they can do a B roll. So all those things are very powerful, and having the going from one thing to the next is great. I think building a team is the way to go too. And
Yeah. Yeah.
if you can build a team, because that's where it's at. But the trick is getting the right people. And
Yeah.
sometimes it can be really hard finding the right people because most people don't want to fucking work. Most people don't want to
Yeah.
put in the effort.
I've had experiences with that. Well, let me just say that I've had assistants, virtual assistants, and they did all right, but they don't treat it with the same amount of care that you would your own business. And it's hard to find the right person. Like you said, you can find someone who just kind of half-asses it and just does it to do the work, but they're not really, paying attention to what people might actually be trying to say, and they're leaving people on red. They're not putting in as much hours. And it's just this. It can be hard, definitely hard. It is possible. There's some great talent out there, and people who are actually very good for your team, but it's just you're gonna have to run through some bad ones to find the good ones for sure, and that's just for virtual assistants.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree. I completely agree. And so one thing that I started incorporating is I even just will have Chat GPT up, all the audio section of it up, and I'll say, all right, I have this person on my team. What can I do while I'm talking with them that will show them that I care about what they're doing and make them want to put in the same kind of work that I do daily? And
Yeah,
it'll give me a whole list of things. And maybe not everything's right. Maybe it's not 100%, but some things will pop out and I'll be like, whoa, you know what? Maybe I could do that. Let me talk to this person about it. And then I'll discuss, oh, they like this kind of, they want to do this. Oh, yeah, maybe we could do this. And I could give them some kind of bonus or give them some kind of gift for what they're doing, show my
yeah,
appreciation. I think that can go a long ways, especially if it's someone that's at least has some kind of motivation to not do it
yeah,
half-ass. That can
yeah.
go really far. And and for me, video, I have a video editor, so they edit my videos, but I also edit them. I would like to ideally have, if I could get if even one or two more people editing my videos, that would save so much time on my end. But it's tricky finding the right people. What would
Yeah,
be,
yeah. You gotta find someone with the same vision as you too.
yeah, what would be like some of your goal? Because you have that's a great mentor. I have watched a decent amount of his videos, and the guy's a smart guy. He's a millionaire. With you in the maybe let's go in the future, like a few years. What would be some things that you'd want to happen with your fitness coaching?
Well, in a few years, I wanna be, I would say more so like a movement. Like people see my page and they'll be like, "Oh, I've heard of that guy. I know what he stands for."
Yeah,
Just more strength in the name. If you know Wes Watson,
yeah,
right? He's someone who's also been a mentor of mine. When you hear his name, you know what he stands for. He's up at 2:45 a.m. He's been in prison. He's disciplined. He talks about all these different subjects. I wanna, I mean, you can even say like Alex Hormozy, like
mm,
he's more so in the business space, but it doesn't even have to be at their level. It could just be like within a certain niche, like my name holds weight. Like this guy is an expert. He's got a certain status with what he does that is more respected, and the brand is more coming together. I'm attracting my audience. I'm creating and attracting my audience. See, I want to be able to create my own type of people. I want to be able to create my clients and then have them all have a certain similar mindset that they get when they're in my program. So I want to have more of a brand to myself. That's one thing I would definitely see in the next couple years.
yeah. I don't see why that wouldn't happen. You seem just talking to you for these past few minutes, you seem very driven. When you talk with conviction. So that makes complete sense. And another thing that came up to my mind, I just like the visual analogy of whenever you're doing a business of having pillars. And I'm building different pillars in my business. And I'll give you an example, maybe two pillars, but one pillar would be ads. I just started playing around with doing ads.
Yeah,
You can some people run businesses alone just on ads. So that's
yeah,
that's one area. And then you got
yeah.
one
I
other
started I started as
one other thing is the writing, the
it's
copywriting. Go ahead.
content, yeah, content. But I was gonna just chip in and say I started ads, and it was just attracting some crazy. crazy, freaky people, which I had to shut it down and have
Yeah.
to readjust my ads,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But yeah, that's one thing I tried.
Yeah. Yeah. It's with ads there's so many prompts too. Like even if you're doing like a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad, and it can be almost overwhelming because you have like, okay, there's this section. So it can be definitely tricky to fine tuning it to your audience. That way you're not getting the people that are really nuts. You get people that are actually motivated. Yeah, I completely agree with that. But I think that's one pillar. Another pillar well, we'll just say we'll go into a third one, which is we already mentioned it, but what would be one I haven't mentioned? Even email marketing, that's one too. Where once you collect the emails, then
Yeah,
you could do emails every day if you wanted, or every 2 days, or however many
yeah.
you want.
I do that. I do that.
That's great.
Um, and these are pillars, just things to do to grow your business. Is that correct?
Yeah,
I'll say one of the biggest ones that should be referrals, man.
yeah.
Having a referral based businesses basically does the work for you.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And after every podcast, what I do is I speak with the person and I try to think, how can I help that person? What can I do that will help you? Who could I get you in contact? And then also, after that, I think, how could you help me as well? So I want to help you and I want it to be giving, but I want it to be mutual too. Like, is there somebody that you would know who I could get in contact to strengthen both of our networks? And referrals are even just in this sense with a podcast that can be done, but it could also be done with clients. And some people say, and I think this makes the most sense to me, is the best time to get a referral is right after the client pays because they're the most interested in your product at that point in time. And I think also to do the referrals in a way that it doesn't become salesy, where you say something like, "Is there a way you can introduce me to someone like this?" I think that can go a long ways. And at first, when I got into this, it's like I want to be the sales guy. I want to sell, sell, sell. But if there's a way where you can present yourself as being genuine and real and authentic, that can go much further often than thinking, okay, there's this I have to do, there's this I have to do. If you can present yourself when you're talking in an authentic way, and I think the way that it allows me to become more authentic over time and more genuine is having multiple conversations. And the more people that I'm talking with every day, the I don't even have to think because it's almost second nature. And I'm in such a socially relaxed manner that I know almost what the answer is going to be. And I think that can benefit, and that's even benefits me with podcasts, man. You know, I'm doing every time I do a podcast, I learn a little bit about that person. I give them a little bit about me. They give them a little bit about. They tell me some things about themselves, and I grow and I become stronger, more socially stronger too. That's why I love
Yeah,
doing these. You know, that's why I just love
that's
doing
true.
these. Yeah. All right. Well, it's already been like 20 minutes, so I guess we can wrap it up, and then we'll end it with I'll ask you if someone wants to get a hold of you, if they want to learn, if they want you to coach them as a fitness coach for them, what would be the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way would just DM me on Instagram, Big K Fitness, and just tell me about your goals. I'll see if I can help you if you need my help, and just leave it at that. And we'll do a call, we'll talk on the call, discuss what you need, just like he talked about. Get to know each other, and if it makes sense, we'll go ahead and get you started. If not, I got some free resources for you as well.
Excellent. Excellent. I love it, brother. All right. And to go to my website, if you're single, say you haven't dated a girl in like years, maybe 3, 4 years, say you just got divorced, go to my website, joresults.com. Just put in your email and then you can get the free ebook. And you need to be on the forefront right now. All right. That's it for this podcast. And hopefully we can stay in touch and maybe do another one in a few weeks.
Sounds good, man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Peace.